Hello there. Sorry I've not been on for a while. Two reasons. One, the Beard Monster Industry Specialist podcasts I've not done for a while because I've had a couple of cancellations, but I'm now working that out. And number two, the most annoying one is I have had COVID and I've still got the symptoms of it. Well, I think I've had COVID because that's what all the symptoms were, but according to the tests, it's not COVID. But let's move on. Of course, as normal, beard check, it's in order, lumberjack shirt on, so we know it's going to be a good presentation. When I started these, one of the things that was always in my mind is, do I just open my massive noodle here of useless knowledge and throw it all out no matter how complicated it is? Or do I do like a single complicated subject and make it simple? Or do I just do simple? So I made one of each and sent it out to friends. The friend said, make it simple, which is particularly annoying because one of my famous expressions is take everything down to its lowest common denominator so everyone understands it, so everyone has used to it, which also has advantages in this particular situation because one, I'm not giving away my war chest of information for free straight at the beginning, and also, again, everyone can be gain use of it. The next thing is, what was the subject matter? International business cultures, management leadership techniques, retail, hospitality, tech, blockchain, Asian business, SEO. I mean, it goes on. So what we're going to do? Well, again, simple. Sales. Everyone has a use for sales. So let's talk about sales for now. And many weeks and days to come, we can move into other subjects. One of the things I'm looking at right now is what's happening with inflation around the world. And of course, hopefully companies are going to be trying to future-proof themselves. And I'd like to say you should be pandemic-proofing yourself, because I'm sure there's going to be another pandemic round the corner, knowing what's going on right now. But what will be affected adversely is sales techniques. And I hope it doesn't, but this is what I foresee happening. As products and services go up in price, then for sure, quality of the sales presentation will be affected in an upward direction. And you must all now be thinking, wow, that's great. Better quality sales presentations. Well, it's not actually a good thing. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below because I've already done a video explaining in more depth why this is not good. Anyway, again, as I always say, let's take it down to its most simplest version so everyone can understand it and everyone can use it. So I'm not going to be talking about selling an SaaS or a banking financial instrument. Let's talk about something like selling a nice pair of shoes. Now, originally said shoes were £70. Now, because of inflation, they're £140. Psychologically, the more conscientious sales staff will be offering a higher quality presentation for exactly the same product which they were selling perfectly well before. But as long as the retailer is doing their job and raising their prices in line with its competitors and inflation, its positioning will be exactly the same, meaning if the sales presentations are of a higher quality, as in within the retailer's national seating, this subliminally unnerves the buyer. Here's the conundrum. The shopper knows buying this product to their pocket is more premium now, so we have to find a way of not overselling the product, but try and offer something that makes them feel more comfortable in buying something that's more expensive. How do we do this? Well, take home value adds. This sometimes works. I'll give you an example from another retail industry, PlayStation games. You walk into a shop, you buy the new release, and they give you a key ring. You take it home with you. Problem is, one, of course, intrinsically will have a cost. Then there's also logistics, storage, and depending on the customer, this might not be a good thing because they might not want the keyring. So you're not giving them something for free. You're actually giving them an errand to run once they've left the shop. So it might actually create a sale but lose it. What about value adds for the brand? This is one of the ones that I think is very good. One of the previous podcasts with the owner of Truth Sales International, Rex Halverson, and he was explaining how to use your brand to make a buyer feel safer. So I'll give an example. Okay, prices have gone up. So let's explain our increased returns policy. Makes them feel safe. We now offer a less narrow time fill price match guarantee. So you know if you do find the same elsewhere, we're going to be the same price or cheaper. This is not selling the product, this is selling the brand, and it alleviates some of the pressures of the higher RRP. One that I always used to use when I was front of house and I always used to sell myself all the time is, and it's crazy people don't use this as much, is creating a personal connection with the buyer. Example with the shoe selling. You walk up to the customer, you start doing your pitch and you say, gosh, shopping on a Saturday, I wish I could. I'm always either working, here or taking care of my son. I always used to love it, so wow, it's really good. Or there's another one, which is completely the other side of the equation, which is that you're too scared to sell like this. I'll give you an example. There are 20 shoes in an area. The customer is generally looking at them, and you walk over to them and give them an open of something like, oh, I can see you looking at 2 or 3 shoes. Which one of these is really grabbing you? The customer points generally at one-ish. It doesn't actually matter which one they point at. Now, your next step can be based on being cutthroat or honest or good customer service. Just tell them straight and point at one of the shoes they're looking at and say, not that one. I can tell you, and this might not just be a personal opinion for me, that shoe in this store is not our best quality. Yes, I know we're the best quality on the high street, which is why you come to us. But out of this range, that one is not something I want my customer to walk away with. What shoe you point out to the buyer next could be based on a recommended retail price, commissions, margins, it doesn't matter. But what this does, this makes the customer feel that you're on their side and you want the best for them. This also gives you the option of now backtracking and showing the benefits of the shoes. And if the customer specifically asks about the negative one you pointed out and says, but why not this one? It's a 70-30 chance that was the pair they wanted to buy. So then the backtrack gives you the option of adding the previously spoken about brand value adds. And you can say, look, it's just a personal opinion of mine. It's just what I feel. So let's try it another way. You know that Bob Shoes is the best quality. You know that Bob Shoes has the best returns policy as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out the shoe to you. It doesn't cost you. Try them on. Okay? If it doesn't work out, just bring them back. Also, you know about our price match policy. And what I do is I own shoe trees, which means that if there isn't a shoe which is going to last quite as long, pop a shoe tree in it. It keeps it pristine for ages. They're only £20. So you see what I've done? I've used the brand and what the brand offers as a positive to make them feel less concerned about the price increase. And I've even put on a KPI. Well, what most companies have put their KPIs for salespeople, which is to throw in an add-on sale of a shoe tree. Another option is let's make the inflation-based £140 look like great value. Example, you're selling a smart casual shoe, so it sits in both. With your conversation, the customer brings up the price increase, you can go backwards and forwards with it, but you can also bring in something that makes it doesn't feel quite so expensive. Okay, we're all in the same boat, inflation, all the other stores, then add, just try the shoe on, it's free, I'll get it for you. Wait for them to put it on, and then throw something in like, I'm really jealous. Outside of work, I'm not really a smart wear or even smart casual. I just don't carry it well. Which means if I had a shoe like that, I couldn't use it properly. Because what I can tell you is that is a great smart casual shoe. What you can do is you can wear it with both a dress and jeans and you'll get away with it, where I couldn't do something like that. So it's not really £140. Subliminally now, it's a 70 plus 70. There are hundreds of these type of things you can do, and there are loads I can do on different videos. But what I'm trying to do is I want you right now to start thinking creatively by using some of these simple techniques on what you can do to increase your brand and what your brand offers. And every brand, every product has its own idiosyncrasy, so I can't tell you what they are. But the idea is let's start thinking about them, because I'm telling you there will be an adverse side effect to your sales presentations due to inflation. If your frontline staff overreacts to this inflation, you know it's going to be detrimental at the end to your bottom line. So anyway, companies need to be future proofing. Think about it. If you want someone to come in and train, or to bring up different types of ways of mitigating this risk, of course I'm always available versus a temporary or full-time, because I always say I'm still looking. And if you don't want it as quite as cutthroat as me, because I'm very driven, very focused on this, if you want it in a more administrative, type of write it down and then you train it method, please, I recommend Rex Halverson from Truth Sales International. Anyway, that's it for today. Speak to you all soon. Bye bye.